Welcome to the Outcast, where the wild calls and we always answer.
Every week we pull back the brush and bring you into the untamed, from high ridge hunts to riverbed reading.
Hunting tales, fishing fails, and the kind of wisdom you only get from forgetting toilet paper on a 3-day hunting trip.
Your weekly dose of hunting tales, muddy boots, and big fish stories. Now let's get outdoors with your hosts, Michael and Tate.
Alrighty. Welcome back to another episode of the Outcast.
You know, I've noticed every time we start an episode, it's always alrighty or all right.
Okay. Welcome to another episode of the Outcast. We got a good one tonight, man. We got two really cool people in the studio with us here, members of the Christian Bowhunter Association and a couple others. We'll get into that here in a minute. They're heavily involved in archery all across the state. They do a lot of things, involved in a lot of things. Excited to have them. Tim and Carrie Mehall, I believe, right?
That's right.
Okay, good deal.
That old granny used to call us hee-haw.
Yeah.
Hee-haw's ass.
I've been called worse.
You get called worse than that by me most times.
Right here in the studio. Anyway, so we haven't been into much lately, honestly. The rain. We had a big, almost what they call derecho
Yeah,
kind
pretty
of
good.
storm come through this week. It had the tornado sirens are going off.
Pretty good golly washer.
Yeah. But we have been food plotting,
Yeah,
putting them in hot and heavy.
trying to
Yeah. What we can get done with it between
see if we can tear up a tiller tomorrow.
tiller breakdowns and truck tires going flat and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, it's if it ain't one thing, it's another.
Yeah, it's been a process so far, but we're getting her done. We should probably finish up this weekend, if not next. Getting all of them in and everything.
Hopefully, it's been nice though, not been so hot.
Yeah,
It's been kind of nice being able to be outside. And,
it was really nice yesterday. A little
Yeah.
bit of a breeze, and it was only mid-70s or something.
yeah, not too bad. Well, before we get too deep in here, we need to remind everybody of our giveaway and play our little ad.
Well,
Did we get something?
Well,
if you-
you can enter if you listen to this ad.
All
I
right.
know happen to know the guy that picks the winner.
Hey, you got money? I borrowed a couple bucks.
Alrighty, we'll get this ad. We'll be right back.
All right, you outcasts, come on down, perk up, and listen, because we got something big coming your way.
That's right. We're teaming up with Doodle Calls for a giveaway you won't want to miss.
One lucky outcast is going to win a custom slate call handcrafted by Doodle Call with 2 strikers, a Mossy Oak Bottomland Outcast hat, 3 complimentary Outcast Outdoor stickers.
But wait, there's more.
Right you are, my friend. Act fast, and you and one of your best good buddies are going to win a private night of bow fishing with none other than the Outcast crew themselves.
You can bring your wife, your kids, the mailman. Heck, you can even bring your mother-in-law if you fancy. We'll take you and one unfortunate participant for a 4-hour night on the water, listening to us quote old movies and a very wide variety of questionable music.
Wow, that's a lot of choices.
Snacks are not included.
This particular little escapade can happen either in the fall of 2026 or during the spring spawn of 2027. If you
Hold the phones. We just got word. If you enter now, we will throw in another person.
Oh boy, what a deal. Tell them how they're going to win, Tate.
Follow both the Outcast Podcast and Doodle Calls on Facebook, then tag the 2 people you're going to bribe to come with you on this trip. So start checking off those boxes on that honey-do list.
That's right, Outcast. With just a few taps of your finger, you could win all this. Act fast, because we have a limited quantity available. Keep your ears tuned up and your eyes peeled, because we're announcing this winner on August 22nd.
All right. Well, go get entered to win.
Yeah, good giveaway. Teamed up with a good company.
We've got, I want to say like 70 some entries so far.
Yeah, filling up.
So we will be at,
Can I ask a question?
sure.
Go ahead.
When you talk about throwing another person in, is that in the boat or in the water?
Depends.
That's a
Okay.
secret for
We
what
leave-
happens.
We leave that strictly up to the individual.
I heard that. All right.
So if you bring,
You'll be throwing him in the water.
Depends on your attitude.
if you bring your mother-in-law and you want to throw her in the water, that's fine too.
It depends on what we eat for dinner.
Yeah.
Outcast is like Vegas, baby. What happens on the boat stays on the boat, you know? If you want to throw her overboard, chuck her. We don't care. All right. Anyway, we got Tim and Carrie me all in the studio tonight.
Get a little off track here.
Yeah. All right. So these guys are heavily involved in archery. Big bow hunters all across the state. Actually, Carrie is one of the board members, board of directory for the Christian Bow Hunter Association, chapter chairman of Almost Heaven Archers, and the secretary for the West Virginia Bow Hunter Association. So busy woman.
I wear a couple hats.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely busy. I'm sure that's quite a lot on your plate there doing all that. But how did you get involved and your start in those particular organizations?
Well, we found them at the West Virginia Hunting and Fishing Show. One day we went and was walking through an aisle, and Tim's like, "Hey, look over there, bow hunting and Jesus. That's right up your alley." And so we started talking to them, and they had invited us to a archery event they were having that upcoming July, and it happened to be the weekend of my birthday, my 32nd birthday.
Which is tomorrow.
Well, happy early birthday.
Yeah, the big 5-0.
What? You told people that?
I don't care. But anyway, we attended that event, and we thought we were going to meet Dave Blanton, but while we were there, Tim actually met Jesus. So
Yeah. Yeah. A neat thing about that weekend, too, is, of course, back that's at Carrie's early stage of becoming a bow hunter. And I've been doing it for a long time. Started up in Pennsylvania when I was 12. So, I've been shooting since I was 6. And we kind of lost interest in the hunt show because it seemed kind of boring to us that weekend. And it was, and it tells you what a God thing it was, because we were just like extremely bored that day. I said, let's go down and check out the hunting and fishing show. We didn't know. So, and that all happened like that. So, and it really was. It was. I told her, I was like, "Hey, look at her." That's and about that, I wasn't saved then either. So it was, and she started ministering to me. I guess she'd throw a few words out. No, you shouldn't really say them words. You need to start acting a little better. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I ain't even been married that long. She's starting to boss me around.
Yeah.
And I was kind of sarcastic. I looked at her and I was like, hey, there's a bow hunting and Jesus right there. I said, there's two things. Well, I like the bow hunting and you like it and Jesus. So there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of like, and of course we met, you guys know Ed McMahon, and he was actually working that booth that day because he wears many hats also.
Yeah.
And he was actually working the AHA, or Almost Heaven Archers booth. It's just a chapter of Christian Bow Hunters. And so, and we do that now too, where you'll see us at the hunt shows. We'll be either in the bow hunter booth or an Almost Heaven Archer booth. And, and Ed is a tremendous guy, so.
Oh yeah.
But after that weekend, we, after hooking up with Ed, a lot of the Christian bow hunter people are also members of the WVBA. So they invited us out to one of their 3D shoots they had at
Right, Fayetteville.
Yeah, Beckwith Park.
Yeah.
And gosh, I was so intimidated. Like,
oh yeah,
just walking around shooting 3D, I just, it's just nerve-wracking to me, but
yeah,
it was so fun. I mean, just getting to be part of that was, just an awesome thing.
Yeah, well, she thought it was a competition, with the bow hunters. It's really fun. You kind of shoot for yourself. You get the 500 certificates, and you put in. At the end of the year, you can put in for stuff. I think we give away now. If you turn in 5 certificates, you get one chance at a $500 gift card. But at first she's like, "Oh my, I don't know," and then once we did it, it was me and her. We went around, shot. She was like, "Oh my Lord, that is like, that was all that went. Where's the next one?
That's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Where's that? Where's so."
Yeah, I used to do it when I was in my teenage years. Shoot 3D tournaments. I had a lot of fun doing it.
Oh yeah, it's a
when you see the bigger picture though, and you see it bring families together, or
Oh, yeah.
husband and wives, or you see mom and son, or dad and daughter out there. It's just
Yeah.
awesome thing.
Or even like your story where you met Jesus through.
Yeah. Oh
through
yeah.
this. So,
I mean, he's
yeah,
a
that's,
long. Do you know it says in that book right there? You got
Oh,
on
yeah.
the desk that he is long suffering, and
and he works in mysterious ways.
he worked. He started.
Yeah.
I know he started on me when I was 6,
Yeah.
and I didn't get saved till I was what year?
40.
40.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a long time. So he's a
Yeah.
hardworking dude.
Oh yeah.
You know, he don't give up.
He won't give up on you. That's for sure. Yeah.
So-
That's a crazy story. That's wild. That's,
Oh, we
that's
got
really good.
crazier
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Well,
Keep asking.
one of the cool things is through West Virginia bow hunters and almost heaven archers, we get to work with the DNR, so we get to participate and help with the archery in school program.
Mhm.
And we where was I going with that?
I don't know. I'm glad you're not driving because we'd be lost right now. That's why I drive all the time.
Oh yeah, sorry. So teaching the kids to actually shoot when you're shooting the Genesis bows.
He is turning 50 all the time. Okay.
Shut up. When you shoot the Genesis bows, we teach the kids to hit the 10 ring. So it's just cool, a cool testimony to share that after Tim got saved, we found our local church at Dixie and started going to church there. And on 10/10 of 2010, I got to watch my husband and my son be baptized together.
Hmm.
So it's just
Yeah. That's
just cool how it all.
that's cool
goes
how the
together.
Lord he works things
So with
together like that. You know.
and you said that you were, working with kids in school, and the archery and stuff through Western DNR. That's something that we've kind of touched on that we want to try to engage kids into bow fishing and, those type things and get them involved. And
Yeah.
so I think that you guys will be a good resource for us as well.
Yeah, I talked
yeah.
to Mike there the other day about that a little bit too, because I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but we used to do a spikes camp where we had stations almost like
Mhm.
hunting and fishing days, or what Bobby Warner does down there. He runs them around
Yep.
station. But we did have a bow fishing section that we did, and it was pretty crude.
Yeah.
We stuck a fish target on the edge of the bank, and we're like, shoot that fish with this arrow.
Yeah.
But
good
I'm excited.
experiences.
I don't
Yeah.
know if it'll materialize, but hopefully it does, and in a way that we can all get together and
Yeah, for
say,
sure.
okay, hey,
Yeah.
you guys
Absolutely. Yeah.
you guys got the equipment, and it's pretty cool. I seen your rig outside it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to ride on that, so I need to
Get your entry.
I'll
in.
get my entry in.
I know a
A
guy.
couple dollars.
We can probably make that happen.
Yeah, I know a guy.
That comes free when you come on the podcast. That's the perk of that.
Yeah.
You get to come
Sweet.
with us.
But yeah, we're real big into getting youth involved in bow fishing, because bow fishing is it's a sport that's not real big here.
Right.
Down south it's really big. It's arguably just as big as deer hunting and other things down south. But it's not real big here. But we're trying to get youth involved because it is very beneficial to the water system here and the waterways here.
It's kind of weird that it's not that big, because we do it a little bit, and it's so much fun.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
a
It's
blast.
like-
yeah,
It's different,
yeah,
and you're getting to use your archery equipment other than
right,
through the fall, or just shooting a target in the backyard.
right.
And it's and it's different, and it's
Yeah.
challenging, because I really want to I want to put a jug in the water and set
Yeah.
a pin for that
Mm-hmm.
and know what to do, but it's like I can't,
Yeah.
because it's almost like,
Yeah.
even though I have a compound bow, I kind of feel like it's cheating if you use
Yeah.
sight. But
Well, the biggest issue with it is the different depths of the water cause you to have to aim lower.
Right.
So that
Right.
that throws off your
And then river fishing from lake fishing is different too, because in the river you got to deal with current too if you're
Right.
in a spot where, so you got to lead the fish a little bit, and then water depth, deeper the water, lower you're in. But
yeah, I know we get to do it in Summersville. They got some
Yeah.
pretty big. It's weird though. Summersville, those fish are huge,
oh yeah,
but they're hard to hit,
mm-hmm.
because I
it's
don't.
deep.
They got
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys know Clifford Bennett?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, them guys got every carp in that lake scared to death, because
Mhm.
those guys are pros up there.
Yeah.
And by the time we
Yeah.
get out on the weekend, they're that's Clifford and Fred. We're leaving, you know, and then you're shooting it. They're 10 foot deep by the time you get.
Oh yeah.
So
We went to Maryland and he got the prize for being the fastest reeler. He kept missing.
yeah, ain't nobody can get a second shot faster than me.
We went fishing for the
He shot at the same gar 6 times one night.
That's more than 6.
Well,
Probably,
I was trying to be nice, but
You know, we might.
it was a lot.
There should be an award for that, you know.
Yeah, man. But that's a weird thing. Like a lot of people think, you know, like a lot of people that we take out for the first time or whatever, or somebody who hasn't done it a lot, you know, they think, you know, big old grass, you know, 60-pound grass carp, you know, oh, I can get that, no problem with it. But
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times, probably the first fish people hit's a little old pencil gar.
That's I can hit the 5-pound carp up the stonewall,
Yeah.
you know, at range.
Right. Yeah.
But the big giant ones are like, yeah, that's. I guess I don't pick a spot.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, who can miss that? Well,
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. So we talked about how you guys got started, kind of in those organizations a little bit. We touched on that, but now I want to touch on kind of like what. And Tim, I'll throw it to you first, but kind of what got you started in bow hunting in general, like your first time. What was like, hey, I want to try bow hunting.
Well, I already mentioned that I started shooting when I was 6, and I'm originally from Washington, Pennsylvania. Had a family move up from Florida, moved right next door, and they were bow hunters. Well, the dad was a bow hunter, and his boy was my age. We went through school, high school, everything together. And they had this target in the backyard, and they're back there slinging arrows, and I'm like, oh, I think I got to have some of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, and I know Ted Nugent speaks of the mystical flight of air, but it's pretty neat to watch that arrow fly through, especially when it hits exactly where you want to do it.
Want it to, yeah.
So, you know, that got me started, and then I had a neighbor friend, or down the road, a farmer. Well, he wasn't a farmer; he was a coal miner, but he had a farm. So I think he kind of took me under his wing. About 9 o'clock, I put 9 o'clock. Isn't that? Must be my second.
we were talking about all time. You're looking all gray over here.
Hey, I did that to make her look younger. Sorry. But he took me in. I played little league baseball with him. He was a coach, and of course my dad, he helped coach too. And then they started. You know, he was talking about shooting a bow and arrow, and I was like, oh, I want to do that. So he actually gave me a. He didn't give it to me. He let me use it. It was a recurve, and I couldn't even tell you what kind it was. But I could shoot it, and I could hit a pie plate pretty good at 20 yards, just about. Not as good as I probably really should. That's why I don't shoot traditional now, because I still can't do it. I mean, when I think I'm getting really good, and then I fall apart. But it's so fun. Mm-hmm. But he
archery has a way of humbling you. Like,
oh yeah, he took me into. He took me hunting. He's like, here, use this bow, and we practiced. I practiced at that farm because I always went down and put up hay too with him and stuff. So I'm old guy. So back in the day, you know, kids weren't guarded as much as they are now. They're like, get on the tractor, boy, and we're like, I can't even reach the pedals. They're like, here, you stand on the brake.
Yeah,
you know, you get off the seat, and so that was like that. They were like, here, you could do this, do that, and it just got me into hunting there. It took me out, and I can remember my first day just like it happened 10 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. I don't know if you got a question later on about this, but I know I was sitting on the end of that log, and I think I got not all the emotions, but a big shot of emotions right off the bat, because I'm sitting on the log and I'm tired. I'm a kid. I'm a 12-year-old kid, and I'm sitting on a log, and I woke up before daylight. Voluntarily, you know, I'm going hunting. Well, once the excitement wore off, I sit on that log. There wasn't no tree stands back then, and I'm like, I'm getting tired. So I just, and then I got that feeling, and I know everybody in here has had that. Something is looking at me, and and it was, and I turned, but it was. I looked around and I turned around. I can't turn around like I used to. Got too many muscles here.
Yeah.
I start turning around, and there's a beautiful 8-point looking at me. Probably not huge, but by today's standards, but still probably a 75, 80-inch 8-pointer. And he's got his head cocked looking at me. Like how them dogs you make them say.
Yeah.
He's got his head cocked looking at me like that. And I'm like, buck fever.
Yeah.
Right there. That 3-pound recurve it should have been 300. That's pretty good shape when I was 12.
Yeah.
That's pretty better shape when I was 12 than I am now.
Yeah.
I could not lift that thing up to even shoot at the deer, and the deer just walked off and looked over. Was like, yeah, I don't think that guy got it. I'm just gonna go eat these apples over here.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Then then there's the disappointment. I had him right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
10 foot, and my opportunity was gone. So I got the buck fever. I got the excitement, the buck fever, and then the disappointment. So I got that all over with pretty quick.
I get buck fever when a doe walks in.
Yeah.
That's just deer fever.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. The sun does it for me. What you're talking about, getting up early, getting tired or whatever. When the sun gets up high, when I'm in a tree stand,
like
and
a
the sun
cat.
starts shining on you, that I'm out like a light.
Oh, like a cat in a sunbeam.
Yeah. That's one of the best naps you'll ever have in your
No
life.
doubt. I didn't know drool can stretch.
Oh, yeah.
It does.
If I had a dime for every time I almost fell out of a tree stand over sleeping.
Get you a summit. You can't fall out of that tree. Got to fall over before you come out of that thing.
Yeah.
Not me. I am not sleeping in a tree.
Oh, I do it.
No.
Like,
I'm not getting in a tree, period.
Yeah, he
We've
won't-
had this conversation a couple times. I'm not doing it.
He won't even climb in the back of the truck.
Nope.
Nope.
Not doing it. I get butterflies in my stomach if I stand on too steep of a hill
Oh, wow.
right away. I
Oh, God.
do not do heights, period. I'll get
That's
up on a
fine.
ladder to get in the attic, but that's about it.
That's my goal. By
This
the
one's pretty good. Carrie's really good at it, but then you might hear later about her first time she tried to go up a tree.
Yeah. But I didn't grow up around hunters. So, of course, when we started dating, I was like, oh, I want to hang out with Tim. So I'd go rifle hunting.
I used to be a lot better looking than this.
Me too.
Well, the camping season, that's right before archery season comes around, and all these buddies are sharing all these stories around the campfire, and I'm like, well, I want to go bow hunting, and he's like, not this year. I've seen you shoot a gun.
Yeah, she couldn't hit that
Yeah,
wall right
not
here.
happening.
Back then with a gun.
Yeah.
But he had an old bow, and he set it up for me, and we started shooting, and he's like, dang, you're a natural. He's like, okay, I'll get you a bow. And then I was just hooked. I
Yeah,
loved it.
I don't. Well, she was. Well, you got everybody's talking about deer hunting right now, so and we're actually. Well, I'll just keep that quiet. But we go camping around this time of year. But it used to because everybody did, but a lot of people's moved on and passed away and stuff like that. But the fever's out there.
Yeah.
I mean, my fever starts when June 31st or 21st, first
Yeah.
day of summer.
Yeah.
'Cause, the days are getting shorter. But she's like, I really want to do that. And I'm like, oh. And I'd had taken her rifle hunting a few times, and she's a good shot now. But back then, I think the recoil just, I think you just
Oh, yeah, I was
shut her
afraid.
eyes.
I was afraid of
My
it.
toes were in trouble. I'm like, the deer's out there, my toes. Almost hit
Yeah.
my toes.
Well,
But she picked it up like I sighted it in. She never shot a bow before. So, and here's one thing. If guys and girls are listening right now, girls will do better than guys because they
Yeah.
don't have an ego. They've never done it before. They listen, and she listened, and she was hitting, 3-inch groups at 20 yards by the end of the first
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, I hate to admit it, but my sister Leanne,
No, she's not.
she's I'll say that there's times when she's a better shot than I am.
Oh, yeah.
We had old Mama or her brother-in-law shooting down at the church the other night, and she was smacking bullseyes
Yeah.
upstairs.
I've had her out hunting a few times.
Have you?
Coyote hunting, yeah. She's went with me and Leanne a few times.
Regina had?
Mhm.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Sat there all bundled up, shivering. Yeah. Yeah, but Leanne, yeah, she can shoot a rifle. She's pretty good. She's better than I am sometimes, but I'm the guy that always lines all of our rifles in for deer season. But
Hey, it doesn't matter how it hits the ground, just as long as it gets in the fridge.
yeah. To answer your question, Ronnie,
I was just commenting back. I was going to answer him, but you go right ahead.
Well, you can give him your answer. I'll give him mine.
Okay. Well, we can't afford Little Debbie, so you get knockoff Great Value brand,
Oh, well, that
And-
wasn't going to be my answer.
and only for you though.
That wasn't going to be my answer. My answer was only if your Little Debbie addictions align with mine. If we're talking about the same Little Debbie's, yeah, I'll pitch in and we can get a box of them.
I don't think I know her.
Yeah, the double-decker belly wrecker.
that old fudge, double decker fudge around with jumbo cookies.
Yeah.
I've been them the double decker belly wreckers down there, and you can see it's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make those in a chocolate chip cookie now. They got chocolate chip.
I
instead of-
wasn't real fond of that, but
Yeah, they were okay.
the fudge rounds and the oatmeal cream thing, boy, that's why I got a white beard. 'Cause
Yeah.
I got white frosting in there.
The ice creams are good. Have you tried the ice creams? They're turning Little Debbie's into ice cream.
Really?
That might be an old thing. I don't know, but
Oh,
I
well,
just recently discovered them. But
I'm trying to lose weight here, not gain it.
Yeah, I know, but when they start putting stuff like that out, it makes it hard on a fat guy. You know? I don't know. Little Debbie's good though. That's nothing pairs together with bow hunting like a good little, or it can't be any weenies.
I'll tell you what, the
That's
more
good.
episodes we do and the longer we go, I can see it don't take much to get us off track.
Nah, not really.
Yeah, you guys haven't followed that.
No, that's what I was.
You know, we're like, we got like
Yeah.
4 pages, and we ain't even made that.
We're 30 minutes in. We ain't made it out first section yet. So we just kind
But
of.
while we're off track, since we were talking good on Little Debbie, if you're looking for somebody to sponsor Little Debbie,
Yeah.
right over here.
Yeah. Good. Send us a couple boxes a week, maybe.
I like double decker belly wreckers.
We promise we won't talk about you like GoPro.
Yeah, GoPro, you kind of.
All right. Well,
I don't want to get on GoPro.
I figure we probably ought to get an ad in here and then get back on track. We'll be right back.
How long is it? I need to chew.
This episode of the Outcast podcast is fueled by Rogue Energy, our official sponsor and the go-to energy drink for long nights, early mornings, and everything in between. Whether you're heading out on the water for a night of bow fishing, sitting on an all-day stand during the rut, or grinding through a day of work, Rogue gives you clean energy with no crash, no sugar, just focus and endurance that lasts. And for our listeners, you can save 10% on your order with promo code OUTCAST10. That's OUTCAST10 at checkout. Go to rogueenergy.com, grab your favorite flavor, and stay locked in all day long.
This episode of The Outcast is brought to you by backcountry.com. Whether you're chasing trout in the mountains or scouting turkeys at sunrise, gear matters, and backcountry.com has you covered. From top-notch camo to packs, boots, and camping gear, they've got everything you need to take your adventure to the next level. And right now, you can save 15% off your first order. Just use promo code OUTCAST-15 at checkout. That's OUTCAST-15 at backcountry.com, where your next adventure begins. Mornings on the water or in the woods call for good coffee. Coffee Bros delivers small batch, fresh roasted beans straight to your door. Perfect for campfires, thermoses, and early morning hunts. Right now, you can save 15% on any product. No promo code needed. Just follow the link in the description and gear up with Coffee Bros for your next adventure. Better coffee, better movies.
This episode of the Outcast podcast is brought to you by Captain Experiences, our go-to spot for booking guided fishing and hunting trips across the country. No hidden fees, no stress, just top-rated guides and real adventures. Whether you're chasing trophy fish or planning the hunt of your dreams, Captain Experiences makes it easy. And just for our listeners, you can save 5% when you use promo code Outcast Outdoors. That's Outcast Outdoors at checkout. So if you're ready to get out there and make some memories, head on over to CaptainExperiences.com and get booked today. All right, we're back with you here. Ronnie, my guy.
We took that ad break to stay on track, and you get right back off
We're
track.
going to get right back on it after this. Ronnie, you're my man. Absolutely. I'll pitch in half for a box of the Christmas tree. If it's the vanilla one, the vanilla ones, not the chocolate ones. Not a fan of the chocolate.
I think these guys, they might be related to us or something.
All right, yeah, we'll kind of get back on it here.
No, never mind.
We don't need you getting us off track too. You
I
know?
just got kicked in the shin.
All right, we'll throw this one to Carrie. Biggest lesson you've learned early on in your bow hunting career?
Biggest lesson is to allow yourself to make mistakes.
That's fair.
Not
Yeah.
be too harsh on yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was guilty of that one for a long time.
Yeah. Well, what keeps you coming back to bow hunting?
Me, just the challenge of it. I,
Hey, look at her hunting partner.
he's my deer dragger.
I thought you thought I was cute.
I just love it. I mean, I don't care if I get a deer or not. Sitting in a tree stand, there's just nothing like
Yeah.
disconnecting from the world.
I think that's the same thing with us with turkey hunting. You know,
Yeah.
it's getting out there early. Let's listen to the woods wake up, as Michael said it several times, and just
Mhm.
having that time of no noise around you. You know, that just makes it.
Yeah, that's really the only time you can, for me anyway. I mean, that's kind of the only time where nothing else is playing in my head.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just watching God's creation come awake in the morning, and little squirrels fighting over little nuts, and turkeys gobbling, and
Yep.
And I like watching the birds. I've had
yeah,
the way I have my bow set up. I've had birds come and just launch on my arrow. And
mm-hmm.
of course, sometimes I'm like closing my eyes because I'm like, okay, don't peck my.
Woodpeckers are a fun one for me. A lot of people, woodpeckers are annoying to them or whatever. Now to hear one, yeah, that's kind of annoying. But if I can watch him, little guys are fast, son.
Yeah.
They peck a fire out of him.
I bet they got a lot of stock in Advil or something. Like that. That's got to give you a headache.
You'd think they're good. At it. I'll give them that. All right, we're going to kind of go into the next section here. Finally get out of number one, I suppose. All right, this one's kind of geared more towards like your tactics or your strategy on, bow season coming up, and then when you get a target buck, kind of how you're, how you set up on him and try to get him harvested. So we'll just go right into it. What is kind of your early season coming right in? We're right before season comes in right here. Season comes in another month and a half.
Prayer.
Yeah.
Boy, Lord, can I kill a big
Yeah.
buck early?
Yeah.
Just send that.
Yeah.
Just send one by, please.
Yeah. So kind of like your, how you get in, get geared up and get ready to, maybe you've already got a target buck on camera that you're interested in, or maybe you don't have one. How do you kind of get into that?
You want me to?
Go.
Buddy?
Either one of you. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, I can tell you, I'm kind of an old school type hunter still. I don't have target bucks. I do know that there are big bucks where I hunt, and I probably see them more than I actually get them on film because we really don't run cameras much. We do on our property, but out on where our hunting lease is, I just kind of like Christmas Day, it's like, oh, what's going to come by? But
Yeah.
I start now, but I don't do a lot in the woods. I driving here today. I look in the trees. I start looking at mast, which ones are hitting good. That's kind of what I'm a food guy first,
Right.
because I look for the mast, and and we in West Virginia here, we don't get good mast crops every year. You don't get good white oaks every year. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I mean, last several years we've had good white oaks,
really good.
which makes it kind of hard.
That's what I was about to say. It makes
Yeah.
it makes it
Yeah.
harder. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, when there's a lot of white oaks on the ground, deer don't move.
Yeah.
But we know where to go, and start looking. And that kind of tactic, I kind of look at that right off the bat here. I start cutting them open if I could reach or something like that. But you could look at them and kind of read the DNR reports. They do their mass reports and stuff. I see a lot of people now talk about hickory nuts, and I think that's up north more than down here, because I really haven't seen much hickory nuts. But I don't key on hickory nuts too much because and bears like that. But I like bear hunt too. I mean, but it's just like deer hunt. So that's usually my start. and we hunt back over here on the big hunting lease in Clay County,
Mhm.
and there's no fields. You really can't go out and spot deer.
Yeah.
I mean, you might get lucky and be riding around this time of year and see one, but he's probably not going to be there anyway.
Right.
Mhm.
Everything
Yeah.
gets so mixed up. And so that's usually my first start. And just being hunting, I'm old, been doing this forever. You learn things from old timers too, and young guys. I learn from young guys too. But you could kind of know how these mountains lay if you figure out what your mass crop is. You don't even have to go in the woods yet,
Mm-hmm.
because you can start keying on low gaps or high knobs or something points. Most of the time, you got western facing evening sun slopes. You're going to get poor soil over there, but white oaks seem to thrive pretty good in that. And not saying they won't grow on the other side.
Mhm.
If you can find that good white oak on the rich side of the mountain that's really dropping, and I got a spot like that. And when it's dropping, you might as well. It's like a candy store to him. I
Yeah.
can sit beside it.
Yeah.
And granted, I have never killed a deer off that tree yet,
Oh, really?
but I have had a lot of fun trying.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
will go back there again this year.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That's kind of a thing from like that. That's how I hunt. I hunt very as far as like because I'm only 30, so my generation of people that I grew up with hunting, very new school
Yeah.
kind of way.
Yeah.
To hunt. Well, Dad taught me the way you're talking about. Playing the mass, playing the lay of the terrain. Knowing the lay of the terrain, and kind of how to pattern deer off that, and kind of. I mean, you can never know exactly where a mature buck is, but you can get a fair decent idea off of things like that. But I feel like today's generation of hunters are so reliant on trail cameras and,
Yeah,
and,
and
rely-
there's
and
nothing
stuff
wrong with that
Right.
either.
Yeah. I'm not
It's-
knocking anybody for
it's,
whatever, but I mean, it's just kind of I don't know. They just rely on those cameras almost 100%. And there's,
Yeah. Well, sometimes I
can't-
think that hurts you.
yeah,
too.
that's what I was trying to
Unless
get
you,
into.
unless you
Yeah.
have like
Yeah.
a crap load of them out there, and I
Right.
don't have enough money to pay
Right.
that cell phone bill every month.
Right.
But
A mature buck's got a way of skirting the camera
yeah,
if he knows it's there.
yeah. We actually, I say I let one go last year, but he got away from me, and it was in rifle season. It was right up against her tree stand on our property, and that's where we run cameras, and we've seen several good. They're all good bucks to
Right.
us. I mean, the Spike is a good buck,
Right.
but I say good buck like larger antlers,
Mm-hmm.
and we had the rifles in our hands. We're 1-2 bow hunters. We'll pick up a rifle because our deer are cheaters. They don't play. They don't play by the rules we made up. And I see probably one of the biggest bucks, and I got the scope on him, and that was it. He jumped in the brush pile, and I could have put one down through there, and I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
And I probably would have killed him, but I was like, I just can't do it. And we never saw that deer, and it was literally like 200 yards from her stand, and living there.
Yeah.
And you talk about tactics. I'm not the smartest guy in the world for a deer hunter. I know we harvest a lot of deer. That's what we live on. Deer meat,
Yeah.
turkey, squirrels. Well, me squirrels, they won't eat them.
Oh, really?
Bear. What a
I
bear.
love squirrel meat.
Fish. I love squirrel meat.
Squirrel gravy's
Yeah, no, I ain't
Yeah, I
have
like
the brains.
really.
I'm already smart enough. I don't need no more. Well, I just said I wasn't smart. But I feel that it's hard. Like with these hills around here, it's hard to pinpoint a location where that buck is bedding because it's so kind of twisted and messed up. He can lay down anywhere
Oh yeah, you
in
walk
wide
right-
open,
yeah.
and
You never seen.
Steep.
yeah, it's just steep.
Mhm.
A lot of people
Yeah.
don't go there, and when I do go there, they probably just get up and stand on the next flat and like, look at that.
Watch you walk by.
Look,
Yeah.
he's gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
gone. There you go.
He always laughs because I look for poop. I mean, I might see trails and I'll see some feeding, but if I don't see a lot of poop, I'm like, well, they're not hanging out here.
Oh, yeah.
So,
If it's shiny, we're
Oh,
setting a stand.
Yeah. Yeah. West Virginia's a hard state to hunt. a lot of people don't give it enough credit. And there's there's big bucks in
There's
West Virginia.
huge bucks in there.
I mean, West Virginia is no Iowa or nothing, but I mean, there's some studs here, but it's hard. Like you're talking about, man. It's so most anywhere you hunt here, it's so steep.
And that's where the bucks are.
Yeah, they're
Oh, yeah.
always down in laurel thickets.
And you can't get to them quietly.
Yeah.
So there's
and it's hard to get to them,
Yeah.
slip in on. You hardly can't slip in on. And,
They're not dumb,
no,
you know.
they don't get big like that by being
Yeah.
dumb.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. I actually read an article the other day that said that you started in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania was the hardest state in the country to deer hunt in, to whitetail hunt in.
I must be an awesome hunter then, because
Maybe.
I thought it was easy.
Maybe.
In fact, when I came down started hunting with my buddies down here, I was in high school, and I was killing deer every year. We sit at the lake and talk about deer hunting, and they're like, "Yeah, I killed like 2," and I'm like, 2? Like, I do that every year.
Yeah.
2 or 3 up here, and the first time I ever hunted down here, of course, it was big woods. A lot of it's been timbered in, so there's not a whole lot of deer in big woods.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, they're just magical, beautiful woods, and you can see a long ways, and you're thinking, "Oh my gosh, I'm in the woods, coming from Pennsylvania. I'm going to see 30 deer today."
Mhm.
And I think it took me 3 years to see 30 deer in
Mhm.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Until they started timbering, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But it humbled me. I was like, maybe I'm not as good as
Yeah.
a deer hunter as I thought I was.
Yep.
Yeah, that's I've kind of found that, not to give away any secrets or anything, but
I like secrets.
I've kind of found that over the years that you go in a place that's recently been logged and it's kind of it's thicker now, and you
Oh,
got
yeah.
a lot of underbrush starting to grow and stuff. That's where you find your.
Well, and you can
In my
tell
case, that's kind of where you find
a
your
little trip in there will tell you if they're
Oh,
using
yeah.
it too, because you'll see where they're browse.
Right. Yeah.
But it's easy to pick out. Then
Mm-hmm.
there's some bears are in there too.
Yeah. Yeah, we got where we're planting food plots at this weekend, a place that we own out on Beachy Ridge. We got a bag.
Shh.
You
Yeah.
back on 16?
Yeah.
I mean on that other road down.
Yeah, 17, yeah.
On that road going to my house.
Yes.
Okay,
17 and a half.
I know where that's at.
You know where we're at, 17. and a
That's
half.
Truman's got.
Yeah.
You know,
9 3/4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
you
got a big bear problem out there. They're always in there tearing cameras off the trees, and
So are you guys running any cameras at all, or?
We run cameras on our 45 acres.
Mhm.
We got 2 stands on there right now. We'd like to get another one up, but just work and then when you actually have time, it's like it's too hot. I ain't,
Mhm.
I ain't building and we put little platform stands because they're on our property,
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
with the blinds on top of them. So we do run cameras there, but when I go out and hunt my spots, I don't really run cameras. I kind of got a data system base built into my brain,
Mm-hmm.
and I find a lot of good stuff by just driving around. Yeah, anytime we would go riding tomorrow, and everybody does this. I don't care if you hunt or not. You go to work every day. You know a place where you normally
deer.
see deer.
typically
time,
see
yeah.
deer. Yeah.
So that gives in my brain, I see a lot of deer there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's usually where I start. That's another thing I do. I will start investigating that area. In fact, I killed biggest buck I ever killed with a bow. Well, I hunted right off the edge of the road. It was a gas well road.
Mm-hmm.
One night, I was like, I see deer cross here all the time. I'm going to sit right here on the ridge. I don't care if 4-wheelers or trucks go by. It don't really bother the deer. It could mess you up.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably does at times if everything lines up and
Right.
the deer's getting ready to cross and here
Right.
comes some vehicle. But when I climbed that tree, I actually could see down over the other side, and I've been there before on the ground, but being elevated another 20, 22, 3 foot in the air, there was a little low lying point, little nubby thing that stuck out. I was like, I'm going down there next weekend and I'm going to kill deer. And got off work early, got over to camp. She was still working. My boy was was he come with you? I don't know.
He was at camp.
He was already at camp, and I said, hey, I'm going to go put some corn. Now, we do throw some corn up at our tree stands and stuff, put a little food up there, mineral blocks.
Mhm.
I say, I'm gonna go throw you some corn up there, buddy. And he's like, I said, you going with me? He's nope. I said, okay. Well, I'm gonna go look at this spot then. So I walked down there. It's dry, super dry. Right at tail end of the rut. I think it was a week before buck season actually. And I just stomped down there. Of course, when I walk through the woods, there's another. If nobody does this, here's what I do, and it works. I'd walk like a deer.
Yeah.
I take and I do got a little toe tap. I do is I stop a lot. I break sticks
Mm.
because this guy right here is not going to be quiet in the woods. Too big, too clumsy.
Yeah.
And, so and I got down there and there's rubs and there's scrapes and there's feeding sign and poop carry, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm coming here tomorrow. And that deer, I guess that deer thought I was another deer. He come up there and he ended up being 150-inch 10-point.
Yeah.
And I shot him and then took us to midnight to get him back up that hill.
Yeah.
Because we was trying to be safe. We was going to take a wheeler down there, and I think we could have, but we decided getting hurt or killed over a deer wasn't. So my boy is an exceptional deer dragger.
Yeah.
He needs to go to church after we get done because he says mean stuff to me.
We just had that conversation yesterday. We were down there on that lower food plot,
Yeah.
planning on how we was going to put it in, and it's sitting right out on the end of a point. But
The topo lines on the map are like almost touching.
both sides of it are steeper than horse's face, plumb to the creek.
Yeah.
Tate was standing over on the edge, and he said, "If we kill a deer out of it," he said, "how are we going to get it up out of there?"
Well,
And I said, "Well, here's the key, little buddy." I said, "You don't drag uphill. You take him down to the creek, walk back up and get the buggy, and take it down there and get
that's
him."
the best way. But if you can't, I always back in the day when I was trying to get, and I'm trying to get in shape now because I'm too heavy, lifting a little bit of weights. But them rowing machines,
Yeah.
you do, and I done that when I was younger. I'm like, well, if I'm not gonna row a boat, I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna put a motor on the back of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is the stupidest exercise I ever done. I tell you what, that motion.
Oh, yeah, you're dragging.
To get a deer up a hill.
Yeah.
That's the exact motion you do. So, get on the row machine, boys. 'Cause you might be needing to do that this year. And girls.
Yeah,
I think we'd just cut it up and pack it out.
you can. Yeah,
It'd
good.
be a lot easier than dragging it down, walking all the way back up that hill.
Then you got to have a sharp knife.
I got a sharp knife.
All right, yeah.
If not, I know a guy's got one.
Okay.
Well, do y'all approach hunting differently
Between us or?
between you all? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But so when I get out of my four-wheeler, I want to go straight to the tree stand, which I know. I mean, I pay attention, but my goal is to get to the tree stand, and I don't like bears, so I want to get there. Well, I might hunt 2 or 3 hours and be like, "I'm hungry. You ready to go back to camp?" And he'll
No, she
say,
don't. She puts little pictures of bacon and eggs and chicken legs and pizza emojis and sends them to me. And it's like, oh, now I'm hungry. Are you ready to get out?
and he'll say, "Well, I haven't even got my tree yet." So he'll stand in one place for 10 minutes, and he like still hunts, and
Yeah.
I hunt to
I
my
sit in
stuff.
my tree.
I do the same thing, hunt to the tree stand. Yeah.
And sometimes, and you don't know how many deer. Now, I'm a mobile hunter. I like to move around a lot. I might hunt this spot in the morning, and I might be 8, 10, 15 miles away
Mhm.
hunting another spot in the evening
Mm-hmm.
too. Because a lot of times I try, and that's my tactic. I don't really hunt food sources in the morning. I hunt against food sources,
Mhm.
and I try to catch them because I run them out all the time. I used to go in and try to get down all them deer staring them white ducks on that flat up. You go down there and
They're in there.
you hear them snorting and the cussing and going down over the hill, and you sit there all morning and you don't see no deer.
Yeah.
So I started backing off out of that and kind of hit their like crossings or something like that. I like to, a lot of times I like to get below it, but sometimes that's too hard.
Mhm.
So I try to catch, if they're down there in the dark, I just hopefully they'll come through. I just get up against them like that.
Yeah.
And probably another tactic that is not, we do this, we both do this. and it's not planned. Well, I think Carrie plans it. I don't. I want to be in the stand. At least when it's cracking daylight, I want to be shinnying up that tree because I'm a climber guy.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Well, somebody done scared of bears over here.
I'm not going in the dark by
I
myself.
got that. I got that.
I mean, she takes like 6 pistols with her.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, she don't. But
I do take it.
I'm like, you got a pistol? It will scare them off. But somehow, every time, but it works out to our advantage. We're getting in the stand, and it was daylight like 35, 40 minutes ago, and then I still go find the spot.
Mm-hmm.
And it used to really upset me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed the best time hunting. And I kind of have I don't know if I'm a firm believer in like moon phases and stuff like that. I think I am a little bit, but I think I'm more of
I am, yeah.
I'm more of a firm believer that if you have a good like light night
Mm-hmm.
and the deer can see better, I think they feed later. So, and to be there in the crack of daylight, sometimes it's the deer, you might catch one,
Right.
like a straggler. Or rut time, that's a completely different
Right.
ball game. But sometimes I don't get in my tree stand until like 9:30, 10 o'clock because I'm like, I still gotta go find me a spot to hunt. And it really doesn't bother me anymore because I've killed. I'm going to find a spot, not even know where I'm going to go, just an area. Or we get up in there and I'm finally in the stand at like 9, 10 o'clock. And I'm like, now we can make it to 1, 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of deer that went through this processor right here.
Yeah.
That been shot well after 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock time period
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of deer in that time window right there.
I have trouble, getting in a stand and sitting there all day, so I guess doing it the way you're saying is a lot easier to get in the stand, get set up a little later. You're not sitting there as long. You're not as restless. And then 1, 2 o'clock, get down, move somewhere else and find another spot.
Yeah. And I also had a buddy. He's passed away too. We used to hunt with a lot. Can I say names on here?
Mm-hmm. You sure
Old
can.
Bubby Case.
Oh, yeah.
You know Bubby?
Mm-hmm.
And we used to hunt with him a little bit. And he's like, I'm not going in there, Tim, until I can see. I was like, why not, Bub? And he's like, well, when it's dark, I can't shoot him. He's like, I got to be able to see him, so I'm going to sit right here. And he actually, one funny story about that one day, this is a long time ago, he had one arrow. He's like, Tim, you got any extra arrows? I was like, yeah, Bub, I'll give him an arrow. And he went out there and he ended up shooting a nice buck. I think it was a 9-point. And he said he shot and missed that deer with his arrow. And then he got my arrow. Well, back then I shoot 4-inch veins. So I put meat missile on there or something like that. That was back before the old Waddell's and all that was on TV making names. I put meat missile on there. He said he started laughing and it scared the deer, but it scared it out of the brush and it stopped and looked at him again. He said, I just went ahead and sent your meat missile right through that thing.
Yeah, I'm like you're talking about, like my kind of rule of thumb is I hunt more transition period or transition areas of a morning between like food and bed,
Mm-hmm.
thing like that, and then food sources of an evening. I find you see more deer that way, but I'm also a pretty big believer in the magic 30 minutes, the first 30 minutes after.
Yeah, I am
daylight,
too. I am too.
The last 30 minutes before dark.
I'm that too. Yeah,
I've seen a ton of deer in that time frame right there.
no doubt. I do a lot of searching. I guess that's what you really call hunting. You're hunting for a place to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And when you finally find that place to hunt, I call that setting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But somebody I know that hunts with me, my partner here, my buddy, my best friend, my wife. Her voice sounds exactly like God because she tells me a lot of stuff I shouldn't do. I know it's coming from him, but it sounds just like her. But I think she got a tracker or a pulse rate meter on me or something because this happens so much. I finally find a good spot I'll even get as far as maybe 2 jacks up the tree. Old bone and the old wrist looks, and she don't say, "I hit one." It's always, "I got one," and I'm like, "I just started hunting." And so I'll be on the tree, like 3 foot off the ground. I'm like, "Are you serious?" "Yeah, it's laying right down there. You gonna come help me?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am. I'm coming right now."
I don't. I make them wait. Leanne will do that to me. She'll say I shot one or whatever. Set and wait. I guess.
Yeah, but you
I'm
don't
not
live with her.
I'm not. Well, yeah, that's
She's
true.
not controlling your checking account.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I make her wait though. I'm finishing hunting.
Well, speaking of checking account, what kind of bows are you guys shooting?
I shoot Matthews.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so that's why we're talking about checking accounts here.
I got I got the Matthews Jewel.
I was tricked into that one too.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted
What
one.
happened was
Kind of a long story.
Well,
You guys probably
My
know
buddy-
that.
my buddy Pat.
Oh yeah.
So I went up there and I was like, I want
But
this Matthews.
before you
Jewel.
tell that, look, I know I'm rabbit trail. First time she ever met Pat, she was about ready to squeeze his head off. 'Cause
Shut up.
she's like, "That guy thinks you don't know nothing." I said, he's a good guy. And them two are the best friends
yeah.
ever now. But yeah, shit. It was like first thing, you know. And I was like, it's all right. I mean, I didn't take no offense, but okay, good.
Anyway,
I got hit again.
I went in there and I told Pat I wanted that bow, and he's like, "Well, this has to be like fit for you." And I'm like, "Well, size me up because I want one." So he ordered it, and Tim was in there, and Pat said, "Man, I don't know what happened, but somehow I got a bow over there. It fits your wife."
And then what was it, Mother's Day?
It was our 15th wedding.
Oh,
anniversary.
yeah, that's right. And we walked in there, and he's like, you know what? I got a bow that'll fit her. I'm like, "You do? Which one?" It's like, "That Matthews Jewel." I said, "Like, exactly?" They're like, "Yeah." I said, and I looked, and neither one would look at me. I said, "How did that happen?" "It's magic. I don't know. It just happened. You know, we just picked one, and there it was. So there goes my check account."
I love it. I tried to shoot a different one last year, and I just couldn't.
I'm a big Matthews guy.
That's what he's been trying to talk me into. I'm blind in my right eye, but I'm right hand dominant. So it's hard for me to shoot a bow anyway. And of course,
You gotta
bow
watch him
fishing-
shoot a gun.
Yeah. Yeah. He makes fun of me all the time.
Shoot a lefty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I do. I've kind of broken the habit of using my right hand now, and lining up on my right shoulder. But when we go bowfish, I still shoot with a right-handed bow. So, I'm more kind of off to the side, and I can't do that with a regular bow because I got to pull it all the way back. When we're bowfishing, I just pull it right in front of my face, look down the air.
oh yeah.
So
I tell you what we do a lot of times with all these kids we see that. We can see that right off the bat. They'll get up and they'll hit. Well, if they're left eye dominant, I'm trying to think how that works. They're shooting right-hand bow, but they're looking at their left. They'll shoot to the left every time. They'll put a nice little group over there, and we can already like look at me and put your finger on my nose, and with both your eyes open. And I said, "Now close your right eye." I don't even have to do that. If they do that, I can see where it's lined up. Like I got my hand on where you're blind. That's your left eye, so you can see that I'm looking down my right eye from here.
Yeah.
It's that simple. And we'll flip them over to left-handed bows, and of course, they're just learning, so it's easier to like a kid or even a girl or a younger girl. They pick it up pretty quick.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a learning curve for me because this just happened recently, and it's been a little bit of a learning curve, but I'm kind of getting there. My biggest problem is I can't pull as much weight with my left hand because it's not dominant.
So will you pull 42 pounds, 43? That's all you need.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's that's about what we're pulling on those bowfishing bows, but there again, I'm pulling with the right hand, but yeah, that's, we had Nathan in here, which is my cousin, on a few episodes ago. And, we were talking about crossbows a little bit, and as much crap as we gave to the people that shoot crossbows, there's a very good possibility that's what I'm going to have to use this year.
Don't say that on here.
So,
Crap or crossbow?
Crossbows.
Well,
But-
maybe
Hey, you know what?
keeps you in the woods. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of my thing. That's what I told him. I don't know if I'm even going to bow hunt this year. I might just film him bow hunting, and then I've got two kids that, my oldest boy's 8, and he is every day he's ready for deer season. So
oh yeah.
I'm gonna let him shoot one with a gun this year. It'll be his first year, and I'm sure he'll be all excited after that.
Now we got a buddy that we call him the Chuck Norris of bow hunting. He was been our vice president of the bow hunters and a director for quite a while. We actually, both of us have been directors up until this last term, and we kind of jumped out because we had other people interested in doing, so we just kind of bowed back, sat
Right.
back. We still kind of fill the gaps with the bow hunters like that, but he taught himself how to shoot his traditional equipment left-handed because he has all the bad habits in the right hand is what he
Right.
told me.
Mhm.
And
He
I
had
actually,
target panic real bad.
and I actually,
Yeah.
I actually shoot traditional stuff or these Matthew Genesis bows.
Mhm.
I actually shoot that better left-handed because you're still shooting like a traditional
Mhm.
route with the Matthews or the Genesis bows for archery in schools.
Yeah.
And I actually shoot a little better there. And I'm tempted to trade out my traditional. Well, I'll probably never get rid of it, but get a good left-handed and really try to hunt with it
Mhm.
because I don't have the bad habit. You got to teach yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
And you've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for a long time. It actually will come a lot quicker than you think too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do something.
Yeah, you're kind of starting fresh
I've-
when you do that.
I've noticed that with shooting a lot, just switching over to my left hand, even shooting skeet out there, it's hard to break that habit pulling it up on the right hand side.
Mhm.
But once you get it, I just just grab it on that left hand from the get go and don't even, and then it just kind of starts coming natural.
it'll
the longer
happen.
you go, but
So,
I can shoot a gun either way pretty well, left or right. But
I can shoot them either way too. It's
Yeah.
whether I'm hitting what I want to aim at. But
I've tried to shoot
that's what I was gonna
Leanne.
say he might be able to shoot it either way.
Well,
I've
yeah.
seen him shoot both ways, and then
I can pull the trigger.
hey,
Yeah.
I tell everybody, shooting a gun or a bow, I could honestly say, with 100% no doubt, I've never missed.
Yeah.
I've hit exactly where I was aiming.
Well, yeah.
It might not be where I was
Yeah.
intending to aim, but I've never missed where I was aiming.
that's a good point. Yeah, I'll have to remember that.
Good way to put it, I guess. Grant commented on here. He said, talking about your Matthews, which, like I said, I'm a big Matthews guy myself, but he says elite, and he's not far off the mark with this comment. He says Elite has a wild let off, which they do. I think last year's elite bow and this year's elite bow. Vario is this year's elite bow, but I think they go up to like 90. Correct me if I'm wrong, Grant, but I think they have like 90% let off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is a
On the
lot.
elites?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was looking
Uh,
at was an elite.
Yeah. And yeah, he says he likes his elite over Matthews. Just something about it, comfortability wise. But the reason I've always shot a Matthews is the draw cycle. I'm a big draw cycle guy. And Matthews to me has always had the smoothest draw cycle and the stiffest back wall.
Yeah, they got a great back wall.
Yeah.
The only thing, and I'm not knocking Matthews because I shoot Matthews and I love Matthews, but that little bit, they don't give you much on the back end. If
Mhm.
you come, but it lets you know that you're not
Right.
sitting where you're supposed to.
Right.
Be.
A Matthews will
That's it.
creep forward.
It'll creep on you.
Yeah.
If you even crunch in just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Which is bad form, and you're not where you're supposed to
Right.
be anyway. But sometimes I panic and push the trigger
Yeah.
or punch the trigger, and it's
Yeah.
like, ooh.
Grant said he set at 85% let off, but I've shot an elite bow, 2 different ones. I haven't shot the new Vario yet, but I shot last year, and I've shot a little bit older one too. And it's the only bow I've ever pulled back that I thought maybe this is as good as Matthews is. Very smooth draw cycle. Back wall's a little spongy on them, more so than Matthews is, but I mean that's something I could get over. But yeah, very smooth bow, comfortable bow. The elite's a little more on the heavier side, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
like the new Matthews, the Arc, I think it's coming in at like just under 4 pounds. I think like
Yeah,
almost
I
right at
like
4 pounds, and I
her
think
Jewel is kind of a heavy
yeah,
little bow.
and I think the new Elites, the Varios, they're like 4.5 pounds, or maybe even a little over 4.5 pounds. But I like a lighter bow myself, because I do a lot of tree stand hunting and pulling it up the tree, and I got weak little arms. It's hard for me to hold.
Little T-Rex.
Uni.
I got T-Rex arm running real short. That's my biggest problem with bow hunting is I shoot a 27-inch draw length. So I mean,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
for a man, that's pretty short. Yeah, so I have to shoot higher poundages because of my shorter draw length.
So what do you shoot?
Bow wise,
Yeah, poundage.
oh, poundage, I shoot 70 right
70.
now. Yeah.
So
I would like to be at 60 or 65.
you know, with
60,
the,
but
with the bows nowadays, though, I mean, a 27-inch draw, sitting at 60 pounds, you go back 10 or even 20 years ago, you're just out shooting
oh yeah.
the high end equipment,
Yeah.
back then, and they were killing deer back then, 20
Yeah,
years ago,
Yeah.
I mean, like,
The only thing that scares me about it is, which I'll ask you this question next, but I'm a big mechanical broadhead guy, and shoot with the shorter draw length. I'm afraid to shoot
where we get thrown out.
a lower a lower poundage with the because I'm a big fan of the mega meats, G5 mega meats.
Never tried them.
Dude, they punch a hole like you wouldn't believe.
I
Man.
can't afford them.
We like
They
the
are
banner,
expensive.
the banner back and forth. So you
Yeah.
feel free to disagree.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't have to agree with me by no means. I am no Michael Waddell, but but yeah, with the shorter draw length and with like the lower poundage, I'm too scared to shoot a big mechanic because that's a 2-inch cut, a big mechanical broadhead like that. That's why I shoot 70. But I've done that my whole life ever since a teenager.
Yeah. Well, you ain't getting no younger.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it hurts my shoulders now is what I'm getting at
Yeah.
to do it. But
You might have to go back to a fixed blade,
yeah.
put a 4-inch vane on it, heal it,
Yeah.
and it'll.
So what do you guys prefer, fixed or mechanical?
Oh, we're definitely a fixed blade.
What are you shooting?
Muzzies,
Muzzies.
Thunderheads.
Muzzies?
When I first started, though, I only shot maybe 35 pounds, and we had a mechanical, and it wasn't enough poundage.
Yeah.
I did get the deer, but it didn't.
Right.
Like only one side of the blade
Opened
opened
up.
up. I don't know what happened, but
Yeah, we've had a few with that too. That and when she first started hunting, and she is dead on when she tells you I hit this deer here. When we find it, that's where it is.
Yeah.
Me, sometimes I'm like, oh, I hit that thing bad,
Yeah.
and it goes out there and it's done.
Right.
and I'm pretty good at it, telling where I hit, but she is right on the money. And I tracked a deer for her in Braxton County one year, and I found that deer the next day, and it was hit right behind the shoulder, and it only went in like this far.
Yep.
But I actually found the arrow, and that one blade, it was a rear, or I don't know what you call that when they deploy from the front.
The rear hinge.
No, the rear deploy is like the mega meat.
This was a rocket.
Yeah, they open from the.
And
It has to go in, like a rear deploy. As soon as it hits the animal, the blades start deploying. They deploy out the back. But what he's talking about, like an old rocket
just
broadhead
go back.
or a Grim Reaper or whatever. Yeah, I've drawn a blank to on what they're called, but it has to go in before it
Yeah, and
starts. The blades open from the front.
But I found
They
the
peel
arrow
back,
a couple times that she's hit, and we didn't get the deer. And next day, we were watching the deer run up that mountain.
Mhm.
That thing don't look hurt at all.
yeah, I think it had a whisker biscuit too, and it was like messing with my.
Well, that was your fletching. That was a different issue.
But I mean,
we
making
had,
the
but,
arrow soften.
The one blade you could tell went so far back,
Yeah.
it cut. And we were shooting aluminum arrows back then too, and it cut into the insert and everything.
Yeah.
The other two weren't like
Yeah.
that, and I was thinking it was that one blade was catching the rib and kicking that arrow
Right.
sideways. So we went that day, and when I finally figured it out, thought maybe I didn't, but just in my brain, this is what's happening. We went and got fixed blade, 3 blades, and deer don't get away no more, do they?
That's what I started out hunting with, was a 3-blade Mosby.
I wish I could remember what it was we used to use all the time. I cannot think of what the name of them are.
Was it fixed or
Yeah, they were fixed blades, and I can't remember what they were.
was it a Muzzy? It was
It
like
wasn't a
Stone
Muzzy
and-
because Dad always said Muzzy's junk. That was his. They were junk. They won't hold the blades. All that. That was his thing, and I cannot remember what he shot all the time.
Sorry, Matt, but a Muzzy's a good broadhead.
Well, that's what he said. So, now he was shooting.
Where's he at? We're gonna whoop him.
He shot High Country Supreme
High Country
for,
was,
for a long time.
Those were
That was the world's
great.
fastest bow for a
Yeah.
while.
I was really impressed. I had a High Country, and that was one of the nicest shooting
Yeah.
bows I ever shot. But it would quit the splintering the limbs,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a lot of issue back
Yeah.
then. I don't know about are they even around anymore? High
I don't
Country?
think they are. I don't
They
think
were
they make
excellent shooting
Yeah, I
bows.
don't think so. That was when I first got into bow hunting. That was what Dad was shooting. If you're watching, Dad, comment what the name of that was. It was made by High Country, but it was the world's fastest bow at the time.
They were super fast.
Yeah,
They had the
I don't
magic
remember what it
cams on
was.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. Yeah, that was a good shooting bow too, man. Dad was good with that thing. But Grant commented back on that what I was saying. He said that he had switched back to Matthews and was hitting himself in the face because he was used to the lighter back wall. Then he said he's going to try darting, and I've heard a lot of things about darting. I've never shot one, but I have heard a lot of good that they're making a real good product, a really good bow.
Yeah.
A lot of guys on YouTube are talking about them.
Yeah, but I mean, the answer to that question that you asked about 2 hours ago about mechanical, or we're fans of the cut on contact
Yeah,
type blades.
Me
We
too.
have never had any failures out of them.
yeah.
Well, you got a date tonight?
Now I was just telling you, they probably don't want you here till 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we like the biggest problem I have with those broadheads you're talking about, like a Grim Reaper or a Rocket or whatever that deploy from the front or whatever. Like if you're shooting a lower poundage or you hit that shoulder or whatever and you don't get a complete pass through, your entry hole is pretty small.
Yeah.
Because those blades don't fully deploy until that's well within inside the animal.
Yeah, we found that out.
Yeah, and if you don't get a pass through, you got a pretty small.
Her first deer she ever killed, actually her hunting career. Now maybe you can elaborate later. With her first deer came within the first 30 minutes of her archery career
Yeah.
with the rockets. She put we call them fatties. She put a big old fatty down. And if it was a button buck, it's still categorized as a fatty to us.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think
I can't
it was
remember.
a doe.
I think it was a big old fatty, and I think probably didn't go 30 yards, but it didn't bleed.
Yeah.
We actually even heard it fall, but we was doing the circles and looking around, and she's like, "I see little scratches on that log over there. You think it could be it scratching trying to get over it?" And I'm like, "No, well, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was laying on the other side of that log, but
Yeah.
it went through, and it looked like a field tip
Yeah.
into it, but it was just tore up inside."
Mhm.
Yeah. I bumped you a minute ago with the High Country is still in business.
Oh, I thought
This is their new bow, the X12, and it's 90% let off.
okay.
So they're rivaling Elite as
Yeah,
well.
wow.
So
I think
and
there's
it's
a couple.
it's
There's a
pretty
couple
good
other
looking bow.
companies doing that too now, where they got like 85 or 90% let off. but-
3.8 pounds.
Yeah, back when I mean, it was 20 plus years ago. Well, actually, no, we've been hunting together how long? 30?
Since
Almost.
1990.
It's probably 35 years ago. When I had that splitting problem. I'm
Yeah.
sure if they're still in business, I'm sure they
Yeah,
got that.
they've
taken
remedied
care
it.
of.
Dad launched his out of the tree stand one time because he missed the deer. Missed it. I don't know. I think he had a 4-arrow quiver, so he shot 4 times at that deer, missed it every time, and then threw the bow at it, and almost hit the deer with the bow. It never even moved, and he picked it up and then used it again the next weekend. So
Tough bow.
yeah, it was tough. That's for sure. That thing went flying several times.
Certainly a Matt move.
Yeah, definitely. So you said you're a climber guy. So
Climber guy, yeah.
what do you prefer?
I have a self climber, but I also have like a built.
A mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a nice tree stand.
Homemade.
No,
It's a hybrid.
Yeah.
the platform.
Homemade platform, and then we bought one of them blinds from these guys over here. What, Clendenin?
Probably. Yeah.
I can't remember.
Laurel Fork.
Yeah, Big Jim and Carrie.
I don't know.
I can't remember the name of your company. I'm sorry if you're listening. With
But
one of them little black
Yeah.
blinds put together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't get her out of that.
Yeah. Got a heater in there.
No, air conditioning.
No, I'm spoiled though. You can watch football games.
Yeah, that's my kind of hunting.
Yeah.
That's we're gonna
He's,
build a couple shacks this
yeah.
year, and that's
So I was about to say, I've always been a self climber guy.
Yeah.
And,
I do love my climber though. I mean,
Yeah.
if I because that's where I feed there, which I still get bears. But if we're going out like on the ridge or on the hunt club, I don't feed out there because
yeah.
Well, I think you're better off a lot of times too.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it hurts. You know, that's where we have our cameras
Yeah.
and we see what's coming in there, and it's hard not to go there.
Yeah.
And if they're not going to the corn, then it's like okay, well they're
Yeah.
they're on the nuts or whatever. So
Yeah, I run a IPA outdoor. I call it a super recliner because that's what it feels like, is a recliner. But
Do you remember them ones that they had? It was
IPA or
the tree lounger.
IPA.
You remember the tree lounger?
Yeah,
Did you have one?
I'd never killed deer in that thing.
Yeah.
We talked about that. I think
I did.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, there'd be a lot of snoring.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my problem with that thing, man. That's why I call it the super recliner. 'Cause it's nice, but I've always been like, I wouldn't even hunt out of a ground blind. I was just always I'd much rather be in a tree. But
Yeah, I'm not a fan of blinds,
Yeah.
even elevated blinds, because you know why they call them blinds? Because you can't see all the way around.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he's got me into building shooting houses this year, so I think we're
Yeah,
gonna build
they are
one.
pretty nice.
I'm hunting.
I hung out
around with
with
a
you
heat.
last year.
Yeah.
mhm.
He sold me on the heater ordeal.
Yeah.
Been too many times I've been sitting out there shaking.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that no more. And especially not with the boys. They won't sit out there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, if that heater, you can take that little Denny Moore beach
Mhm.
too and heat that thing up on that heater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got I ordered a solar panel, so
Oh,
we'll have power and everything.
Netflix.
Football, like you're talking about.
Yeah, we're watching a Netflix movie.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Taking a nap, kick back. Yep. Just
Big-
slide the window open.
Big screen.
So, are you guys more of a fixed pin or single pin or what?
I got 3 pins, 20, 30, and 40 yard pins.
Yeah.
I'm same thing. I'm
Yeah.
about six.
Just fixed pins.
Yeah.
I used to be a big fixed pin guy, but I don't know. The last couple of years, I've been more in. I don't know. They're kind of. My eyes started getting worse, and it was. I couldn't. The pins were blurring, were merging together, so I went to a single pin.
Oh,
Got
no, they
adjustable.
make clarifiers. You
Mhm.
put in them peeps for that too.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah, I've
know.
always been a fixed pin. I'm not a big fan of the single pin where you gotta
No.
Yeah,
take that extra
yeah.
time. I'm
That's
not
what
even
I
a big
shoot
fan.
now.
You know, all the guys on TV, the deer's coming in and they got the little.
Yeah, I don't do that
rangefinder.
either.
Now,
Yeah.
I use a rangefinder. I think that's a great tool to have in the woods
Mhm.
with you. But I still practice. I can't remember what that's called. We teach the National Bow Hunter. What is that called? The International Bow Hunters.
Bow hunter education.
Bow hunter education instructor. So if you need to get that class where you got to go out west or Alaska or
Yeah.
something like that,
Mhm.
we're certified instructors in that. And they called it something where you like look out and you kind of size stuff up. And
Yeah.
I wish I knew that word, but I didn't know it. And I had that section. I was like, oh, God, I don't even know what that word means.
Yeah.
So I looked it up, and that's what it is. You're just kind of get
Yeah.
your.
Have you ever seen the old rangefinders? It was like a little plastic piece like this, and it had a little cutout on it, and it had your
Yeah.
little tick mark. Yeah, and you would hold it up and look through that little slit and put the deer's feet. I swear to you.
Yeah.
And you put the deer's feet through that slit on the bottom of the slit, and where he was at, you had little ticks, and it would tell you, and they were pretty accurate.
Well, I found out too, like little tips I've learned, and I have to relearn this. And my actual sights will work as a rangefinder. And I think it's if you get my 20, 30, and 40 yard pin, if you put that 20 on the top of the back, normal size, full size deer, and the 40 hits on the belly, you're looking at 20 yards.
Yeah.
If you see a little gap, like it just don't fit, you back it off to a 30-yard pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then if it's real small, you're back at 40. And it works pretty good like that too for me. But I have to start practicing that again. So
Yeah.
because I'm not exactly sure how
Right.
it works out, but I know it does. And I can find that out in seconds in the backyard. By
Whenever I was younger, when I first started bow hunting, we would go out and range the tree
That's
from
what I
the
was about to
stand
say, yeah.
and then mark the tree.
Yeah, I've
with
got
different colors.
three or four stands that I hunt every year. They're
Yeah.
regular stands, and that's what I've done. I've ranged trees and spray paint on the tree. What it
I
is,
always do that. As soon as I get in, I'll range my tree.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I know this
Yeah.
is going to be green pin,
Yeah.
red
Yeah.
pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of make myself a 30-yard circle around me.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
that stump.
Yeah.
Right.
That I try to find things that are not so much a tree, because then they all like, which tree did I do?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That stump or that log over there, I know, and I kind of make a 30-yarder. Then I can judge 10 yards before
Right.
and after.
Yeah.
So we talked about this a little bit at the beginning and all the things that you guys are involved in. But one thing that we really wanted to talk about is the Christian Bowhunters Association. And can you elaborate on kind of what that is?
Yeah, so Christian Bow Hunters, it's a national ministry. There's 22 chapters in 13 states. And basically, we're just a group of men and women who have a passion for archery and the outdoors, but most importantly, our love for Jesus Christ. And our goal is to reach as many people as we can, to be a presence, be a witness for him in the outdoors. And
Yep.
it's just an awesome group to be part of. These magazines that I brought you, it's a quarterly magazine, and the articles are made up of the members. And we find at the hunting show, if you have a stack of Bibles there, people aren't going to come through and get that. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
when they see these magazines, they're like, oh, cool, I love hunting stories. Well, every story in there is a hunting story, but you're also going to,
Yeah.
you're going to see a testimony in
Yeah.
there too. So
Well, I guess we kind of touched on how you got involved a little earlier in the show. And what does the organization mean to you all personally? Like what gravitated you to that?
well,
I got a good answer for that.
the first, we talked about when we went to that event,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Christian Bowhunters was a thing. I got saved when I was a little girl. And then, when Tim and I got married, he wasn't saved, and we lived, an hour away from my old church or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that you could be a witness. I didn't know you could use archery as a tool to share
Mhm.
Jesus.
We thought church people were boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a common
Yeah.
view.
Well,
of a lot of
not.
people, yeah. Yeah.
So whenever, of course, this ministry, Tim is the poster child for what this ministry is. Somebody who,
This
like,
is your brain on drugs.
almost heaven archers.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Our chapter almost.
We'll see how many times we'll get a little smack counter up on the screen. See how many times he gets
That
smacked.
was,
tonight.
that was the fourth time.
Okay, so almost heaven archers was formed. A group of guys had went to a bow hunter retreat, and they were sitting around talking, and they're like, hey, every one of us know someone that if you ask them to go hunting, they're the first guy in the truck. But if you ask them to go to church, they're like, yeah, I don't want to do that. And they're like, you know what, let's start a chapter and let's go meet them where they are. Because that's what Jesus did for us.
Right.
He meets us where we are. So that started in 2005, and then I think Tim and I found him and joined him in 2007. And to me, it means everything, because, well, my husband got saved through that, and then eventually my son did, and now we get to serve together. So
Yeah.
just awesome thing to be part of.
Yeah, it definitely means everything to me, because through that, I know I have a savior,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a personal relationship with him, and I fought it till the end too. But just to tell you, I'll try to make this quick, because I know you guys all look.
None of his stories are quick.
It's all right.
Wait, smack. that weekend she told you about, we kind of jumped in on that. It was for members, but we let anybody in. They did, because Jesus will.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He wants everybody. He wants
Yep.
the thieves and the liars and the cheats. He wants everybody, and they didn't turn us away, just like Jesus wouldn't turn anybody away. I didn't want to go, because it was like this time of year. You know what the weather's like. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's hot.
Yep.
It could be really hot, and it was that weekend. I think it was in the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
and it was her birthday weekend, and I'm like, oh, why's it got to be her birthday? I really. We got a boat. We've had boats forever. You know, we lived 30 minutes from Summersville Lake,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting there thinking, I want to be on the lake, drinking beer, cold beer with my buddies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and just soaking, marinating is what I call it. Just kind of marinating there, and I made it through the whole weekend. It's like, you know, I even won a target, a little dot shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was it, like 70 yards? I smacked that thing like second shot. Got a bunch of tickets, won a Delta target. It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And the other reason I went was kind of selfish. Their keynote speaker was Dave Blanton from Real Tree Outdoors. I'm like, man, who gets to meet Dave Blanton every day? You know,
Mm-hmm.
of course, he talked about Dale Earnhardt and them two being best friends.
Mm-hmm.
The like the last 5 years he was alive, and he even told a story. He's like, yeah, sitting in a tree stand with Dale, and he said it's been on my mind forever. He said we're in a double tree stand, and he looked over at Dale, and he said, Dale. He's like, yeah, Dave. He said, I love you. And he shielding himself. So
He said, "Who tells the intimidator you love him?"
like, yeah, who tells the intimidator that? He said, well, I love you too, Dave. And they talked about, you know, if he was saved, and Dale never did say he was saved.
He
And then-
said, "You know, I do good."
Yeah, he
you know.
just said that I do a lot of good things. That's what he said. And he just told us that he's not sure if Dale's in heaven. Hopefully he is, you know, because
Well,
you don't know. But
someone
anyway,
had got killed in a racing accident, and he said, "Dale, if that would happen to you, would you be ready?" And then Dave Blanton said, "I wish I could tell you all tonight that I got to lead him to Jesus, but I can't tell you that."
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's not to say when he was going for it, you know,
Right.
whatever happened, he might have called. Hopefully he called out.
Yeah.
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 Right.
And he,
Yeah, I'm a big Dale fan. Me and my dad are big
yeah, I was
NASCAR
too. I
fans.
mean, he's an outdoorsman.
I've heard the
he's
story
on
you're
our
telling,
side.
yeah.
But anyway, you know, I made it through the whole weekend, and she's like, I want to go to church on Sunday. They're having a service, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to church
He's
now.
like,
And I made it through the whole service, and I'm still thinking, I'm looking at my watch like you guys are looking at your watch now, saying this guy needs to hurry up. and the preacher up there, he was talking about championship bow shooter, and hopefully, if anybody's listening, just listen to this. I mean, this is what got me. And he said, "Yeah, this guy's winning everything. Easton Arrow's got his name on that arrow. You know, he's just crushing the competition. He's winning trophies. He's on top of the world." He said, "Well, you know, as he gets older, his eyesight's going to fail." Like, and I'm like, "Yeah, that happens." He said, "His skills are going to go down." I'm like, "Boat, you know, I'm thinking boat. I can still get on the boat."
Yeah.
And he said, "You know, and they're going to pull you know, they're going to find a new guy, and they're going to take that guy's name off that air, and they're going to slap a new guy's name on there." And I'm like, "That's how the world works, buddy. I mean, you ain't telling me nothing." And boat, I'm thinking, I can still get there. And when he said, "You know, when your name is in the book of life, the Lamb's book of life, it never gets took out." And I swear he was sitting beside me.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Dude, I'm talking to you right now. It's like, I know you're bad. I know everything you do. Everything you've done.
Yeah.
I still want you to be with me." And I was like, "I will. I'm there." Well, I had the fake, you know, dust in the eye. Had to whack on carry there. Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. I went in there and I bawled. I was happy, you know. I was like, "Holy cow, this is real," you know.
Yeah.
And that's what it means to me. If you could get a relationship with your Savior out of something like deer, bow hunting,
Yeah.
or bow shooting, it don't even have to be hunting. But now it gives us an opportunity.
Right.
I would never do this.
Right.
I would never go out and tell people that.
Yeah.
About this. I was like, that guy's back when I wasn't saved, I'd be like, that guy's just talking a bunch of stuff, you know, it's make himself look like a goody two shoe feller, you know. No, it's real. And I want to tell everybody.
Yep.
So that's all we could do is we can plant seeds through the ministry. And sometimes we see one grow. We see a plant grow. Sometimes, a lot of times we don't. I even called, now we've had T-Bone at our banquets up here at Flatwoods.
Mm-hmm.
He's good friends with Blanton. And I told him the story because I was kind of feel T-Bone out, See, if he said, I'll tell everybody, I'll tell T-Bone, I'll tell anybody, president. If he comes if I see him, I'm going to tell him about Jesus.
Yeah.
And but he said, dude, you got to email Blanton. He'll love that.
Yeah, he said he'll want to know.
He'll want to know. And
Yeah.
because I'd like to know. I don't need to know, but it would be kind of cool to know something you said, something you did that got somebody saved.
Right.
Yeah. And it's not a numbers thing. It just would be kind of cool to know, but you don't have to know.
Dave did email him back, and he said, hats off to Carrie for being obedient and dragging you down there.
Yeah.
I told you, God sounds just like my wife.
You're exactly right, man. When the Holy Ghost gets a hold of you, it's so unbelievably real, and it's just like he's sitting in the chair beside you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, just right there beside you. And hunting for me is that's being in the woods is, first of all, you're out in God's creation and what he designed to work together. I mean, when you really think about it, how the woods works, how perfectly that's designed, how everything works together.
Oh yeah, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just such a, when you get out there and everything gets quiet and you're there by yourself and it's no world going on around you and everything, and that you can hear God so clearly.
And you could see him too.
Oh yeah.
And some of the lessons that I've learned is, when you're sitting in your tree stand, you got to be still. And, Psalms 46:10, I think the beginning of it says, be still and know. And
that I am Lord. Yeah.
There are so many times I've been in the tree stand and I feel like I might be going through something or having a hard time. And I feel like the Holy Spirit will say, you're being still because there's a deer in the area and you're patiently waiting. Like he may come tomorrow, he may come next Saturday, but you show up and you come. But I told you to be still and know. So in this situation, are you going to be still and trust me and know, or are you going to keep running ahead of me? And then it's like,
right.
all right, dude, I hear you.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it happens like that a lot.
All the stuff.
Yeah.
This Carrie's got she's the devotion master. She really writes some good ones, and they all come most of them out from something she's experienced in the woods. I'm not quite as good. No, I'm not even close to coming up with about a devotion, but she puts the words down a lot better than I would.
Yeah.
Sometimes her devotions aren't me because I probably did something I wasn't supposed to do. Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah.
There's his voice again.
Yeah.
Just like her. But a lot of that. I mean, and you talk about this here is how many pictures of sunsets you got on your phone?
Too many.
Yeah, she got a
Yeah.
million of them. But
Yeah.
you know what? That's God painted that picture for her because I cannot see exactly what she sees. I see my sunset.
Yep.
But my eyeballs are most of the time, 3 foot away from hers. My picture's different than hers.
Yep.
So he paints that just for you and her and me.
Yeah. Not everybody sees everything the same way. And it's, that's kind of, when the Holy Ghost is dealing with you, I mean, he'd deal with you different than he would deal with me, because like you said, you might not see something. We might be looking at the same thing, but we don't see it the same.
Exactly. Yeah.
I always try not to take things for granted. Cause like you were talking about earlier, you've lost sight in your eye, and my mom's losing her eyesight, and it's just little things, I still get to see the sunset and
Right.
sunrise. So just, I don't know. It's just awesome.
Yeah. You think about it, that's why, even taking things for granted, like even me and Tate been friends forever. Jumped in this journey together of Outcast and have took off with it, and all the places we've been fishing and hunting and all the things that we've got to experience. But like him, he's blind in one eye now. I don't know what that's like. I take 2 hours for granted every day. You know, I don't.
Mhm.
We all do.
I couldn't imagine walking around like that all the time.
I'd
This
run
guy
it.
does it every day.
I'd run into stuff.
I do. I do.
I'm a little wider than I used to
But
be. Too.
but here's the thing. I get a crack on my wife a little bit. I'm sure she's in the other room over there watching us. I am not the one that wrecked her new car though first, and I did not put the first scratch on it. So
She's probably in there thinking, "Is that guy ever going to show up?"
that's all right. She just likes listening to us.
Before the first payment was even made, I might add.
It was, yeah, but we didn't get the license plate. And
You
she put a
wrecked your
scratch.
car?
No, she did.
She did.
She wrecked it.
Not
Wasn't
to-
me.
Not to take any shots at you or nothing, Ashton.
Yeah, crash, crash, as you called her the other
Crash.
day. So, how can people get involved?
You can go to christianbowhunters.org.
Okay,
Actually, let me make sure.
we'll give you the right link, and then we'll
Yeah.
post the link up too in the when we post the podcast. It'll be down in the description as well, and then we'll also post the link on the Facebook page
Yes,
as well.
Christian Bowhunters, bowhunters.org. There's a little 5-minute video that's
Mhm.
on there. It tells you all about what CBA is all about. You can do a yearly membership. It's $30. If you have a chapter, these magazines are free. Merle sends them to us because that's our ministry materials that we hand out. Actually, August 21st, 22nd, 23rd.
That's
Yeah.
on my thing
Oh,
here.
yeah.
That
Oh,
yeah, we were
okay.
going to talk about that.
Yeah,
Go
okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
So anyway, Merle's going to be there is what I was going to say. The
Mhm.
the director for Christian Bowhunters is going to be there.
Okay.
But yeah, just go to that website. All the chapters, all the chairmans are on there. My information's on there. You can get to know the board of directors, find out about us. And there's devotions on there. There's tracks. We have little Gospel of John books, that's little tiny camo things.
Mhm.
So we hand those out to guys a lot because we're like, hey, here's just something to read in the tree stand because
Yeah.
it's like fits in your pocket. So
And get you away from a screen. I think that takes over a lot.
Mhm.
In the woods now is having that on your phone. But
I always carry. I've got like a Gideon Bible that has Psalms, Proverbs, and the New Testament in it.
Mhm.
I always carry that. That's like one of my essential.
yep.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
what you're talking about was the Aim High Bow Hunters Fellowship, August the 21st through the 23rd. We talked about that a little bit last week on the last episode. We'll be there. We're going to do a little setup there, and come out and shoot and come meet us and everybody else that's going to be there.
Oh,
And
We'll be there.
well, we're going to have a cookout Friday night to kick it off. Actually, the archery ranges are going to be open, I think, at 8 o'clock that morning, 8 to dusk, I guess.
Mhm.
We'll have a cookout. Then when it gets dark, we're going to have a lighted knock critter shoot.
Oh,
It'll
yeah?
be like a cast.
Well, I don't think it has to be a lighted knock, but we call it a
Well,
coon shoot.
It says
yeah.
it says bring your own lighted knock.
And anybody listening wants to come, you can bring lights to look for your arrows, but I provide your flashlight for you.
Yeah.
It's a 2D cell cheapo light that the people in your group and you're shooting against those people will be holding the light for you. But they have to remember you got to hold the light for them too.
Yeah.
So you kind of put the bright spots on the target. You could use lighted knocks or not. It doesn't have to be a lighted knock shoot.
And you don't have to be you can go to West Virginia Bow Hunters. I think it's
.org.
.org, yeah. You can sign up because Saturday night we're going to have a dinner. It's like $15 for your ticket, but there's going to be a key speaker there. But CBA, Christian Bow Hunters, will have a silent auction, so the money's raised with that will go into CBA. But then that's how we pay for the magazines and the tracks and the things like that we can send out to other chapters. So
yeah, it is WestVirginiaBowhunters.org for that
Yep.
website. Yep.
Go ahead and read the list, tell you what all's going on.
So
I know she touched on a lot of it.
WVBA versus OBA. So Ohio's
Ohio.
going to be out.
Yeah,
Mountaineer and the Buckeye Chapter.
yeah, we've actually, this is a combined 3 shoots. Somehow we've run out of days.
Mhm.
And we usually have a separate shoot for that. It's just, and that's pretty fun. I mean, we're actually part of the Ohio Bow Hunters Association too.
Yeah.
And a lot of those guys are we've joined each other's groups.
Yeah.
But we just do like a fun thing every year, and this is our year. We do it in West Virginia this year. Next year we go over to Ohio,
Yeah.
do that, and I think CBA didn't really have anybody step up to do their national shoot this year, and we've actually done it 3 times for sure, maybe 4.
Yeah, it's hard to get the helping
Yeah.
hands, but this is a great way just to bring all the organizations.
Yeah.
Because all hunters are different. Everybody has their own style or their own target,
Right.
whatever. So
Yeah, it's cool that you guys are doing that because we've been throwing around the idea for, I don't know, almost a year and a half now, just trying to get it together. But we've been throwing around the idea of having a bow fishing tournament with Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia, and calling it the Battle of the Borders on the Ohio River.
That'd be pretty.
oh yeah, that'd be
And we just it's still in the working of, getting a hold of everybody. You got to get a hold of to get it going. But
yeah.
I think so. Everybody that listens to us, knows that we're state reps for the Bow Fishing Association of America, and Dale Schofield is the state rep for Ohio, and I've been kind of in contact with Dale. I think he's going to come down as well, so we kind of get
Oh, okay.
both aspects of West Virginia and Ohio in the bow fishing side of it as well.
because it is vastly different
Yeah.
shooting here versus
Yeah.
other places.
Oh yeah, it's just gonna be a great weekend.
Yeah.
Three 3D ranges with 10 targets each, one long distance range with 10 targets, Ironman range, novelty 1 arrow, other novelty aerial long distance, spot and balloons, food trucks, my favorite part.
Oh, we're
on
gonna have
Saturday.
bakery goods too.
All kinds of good stuff.
Yep. And the pool will be open.
Yeah, that's it. That was the next thing. It was the pool's open and there's lodging available.
Bring the kiddos for the pool.
Yeah, we'll share this on the Facebook page as well. Make sure you get registered. I think it has to be by August 1st, right? Is when the registrations needed to be in.
Hopefully.
Right.
Yeah.
For the for the dinner.
Yeah.
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 We need
So
to get ours bought. I don't think we've done it yet, have we?
I don't think so. So if you're coming and you just make sure you fill out the form, we'll have everything on our Facebook page, or you can go get it on the westvirginiabowhunters.org page.
Yep. Just click on the events link and it'll pop right up.
Yeah. Lodging is available. Camping too, RVs and stuff.
Yeah, and there's hotels out
Hotel,
out
right.
there.
And then, like Carrie said, Saturday night, they got the guest speaker and the dinner there. So that's going to be a pretty good time.
Oh yeah. And if you stay over Sunday morning, we will have a church service.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of finish things up here with some quick questions and answers. So we'll just try to roll through them and just shoot from the hip on these.
Quick.
So
He said,
I don't know if I can do this.
we've only been going an hour and 45 minutes. So it's not that bad.
That
Yeah.
ain't nothing.
So,
man.
This is probably
There ain't even moving yet.
this is the
Longest
longest
one
one we've had for a while.
we've had a good time though. This has been a good one.
So morning or evening hunts?
Yes.
evening,
Evening.
I like your answer, Tim. Yeah.
Yeah. Public or private?
private.
Well, our private is kind of public, so.
Right.
But yeah, if I could, private would be.
Right.
So you're both, we kind of answered this one. You both like climbers or blind. Have you ever tried saddles?
Too fat.
Yeah, I agree. Me too.
Not you. Don't kick me. That was me.
Big buck or
You are one brave feller. Okay. Dang it, son.
big buck or big doe?
Yes.
Big does are a challenge for me.
Oh yeah.
They're just mean and smart. It's hard to get on mine.
Like we do take our share of those because that's our main goal right off the bat. I know this ain't quick, but 2 fatties down, go big buck hunting.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what we do.
Yeah.
The farm that we're doing food plots on, but it's kind of it's private land. My family's owned it for a long time, but we try to really manage the herd out there, and that's kind of our rule of thumb. You got to take a doe for you can take a buck out there.
Off the buck comes, and he's big enough. He's gonna get.
Well, yeah,
So I would say big buck, but
it's just what we
kind of picky and when it gets close to
The guy who owns
deer
it has his
season
own set of
or buck
rules.
season, hey, they get. It's kind of like closing time deer, they all get better looking at closing time.
Oh, yeah.
So, what is your favorite snack to take?
Whatever Carrie brings it for me.
I like built protein bars.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different. Never heard that. It's always be any weenies or little Debbie's.
Yeah. Christmas tree cakes.
I call her the vending machine.
Yeah.
I'll always say, "What do you want? Junk food or something healthy?"
Yeah. Well, this was turkey hunting one day. We're laying back. We're like, oh man, we walked. She's crinkling. You know, she got the. You don't have to be quiet when you're turkey hunting. And she crinkled, and I was like, "What you got in there?" She said, "You want junk food, or you want health food?" I'm like, "I want junk food." But believe it or not, I don't take anything in the woods with me.
Really?
Very rare.
Oh man, I won't go check the mail without a lunchbox.
Cody. Cody.
He's got storage.
I will. Can I?
Cody, we were hunting together one time and we're sitting there. We weren't in the stand 30 seconds. We're sitting there and all of a sudden I hear, and I look over and he's got a little Debbie cake and he's already opened.
That's my problem. I burned through my little Debbie's.
I'm
Too bad.
surprised that
Daylight.
Carrie actually takes snacks with her, because back in the early days when we started hunting and we got split apart a little bit, and I'd start ringing points for her, I'd set her in the head of a holler or something, you know, and I'd get that. And she's like, "What kind of candy bar was that?" You know what I'm talking about. Up there on
Snickers.
beach. She got her Snickers out, starts eating that, because I've been gone for a while. And because I don't try to like really hump them deer. I hunt.
I do too. I still.
And but you bump them, and it's real good tactic with a rifle. You know, and you could. And a lot of times they just circle the ends of them points and get in behind you, and there's Carrie waiting on. Well, she's eating that Snickers bar, and she hears me coming up through the woods. It wasn't me.
It was a
big old
bear.
bear. And she calls me on the radio. She says, "Where are you at?" I said, "I'm still down here in the bottom." She said, "You need to get up here now." I was like, "Why?" She's like, "Well, I was eating this Snickers bar and I thought it was you, so I just kept on eating, and the bear come over and smelled my Snickers bar, and you need to come up here now." I was like, "You got a rifle?" She's like, "I don't care. You get up here now."
Yeah. All right. Which one of you is more patient in a stand?
Tim.
Me, until she puts them emojis of pizza on there.
Which one of you is more likely to up and move a stand before you really should have?
Me.
Fair enough.
I get bored and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'll just walk over here because I want to see what's going on over here.
Does
And
it count moving from the stand to the couch?
It will count it. All right. I think we already know the answer to this one, but bow hunting or rifle hunting?
bow hunting.
Yeah.
So, what is, I guess we'll kind of end it on this, but what's one piece of advice for a new bow hunter? And we'll get a comment from each of you.
Something even maybe like that you wish somebody would have told you before you started bow hunting.
Don't take your wife. She will cost you a lot of money.
Back to the
that-
checking account.
That's
Yeah.
that's not specific to bow hunting.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I would say allow yourself to learn the process. I mean, I know I said that earlier, but when I first started, I just thought I would have to be like him. And then I was like, wow, I'm not good enough. I'm not strong enough. And, just wear your safety harness and just allow yourself to learn. Just enjoy the journey, like every time you go out. That's
Yeah, and I'd have to mirror that. Just don't hunt your hunt.
Yeah.
Don't let other people do the hunt for you. And I grew up in the days of no social media, but your buddies were still killing deer and you weren't, and the anxiety of that was oh, I gotta be like so and so because he killed a 10-point.
Yeah.
And or he killed a spike. It doesn't matter. He killed a deer back then, and just the kill is not the ultimate. I mean, you're going hunting. You're out there. You want to kill a deer or whatever you're hunting. It doesn't. That's the ultimate goal. But really, to just sit back and enjoy it, and don't put the pressure of that harvest as number one.
Right.
Yeah.
Enjoy every little bit of it.
Don't let yourself get caught up on the final result.
Yeah.
Enjoy the venture too.
If you go enough, you'll eventually find a dumb deer.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never.
We
killed
say
a,
that all the time.
I've never. I gotta tell you, I've never killed a smart one.
Yeah. Yeah. We just
We
need
said-
one dumb one. That's all we need.
We'll be out on the lake bow fishing, ain't seeing no fish or whatever. and we just got to find one dumb one.
And then we usually miss it when we do find it.
Been there, done that, and let's do it again.
You know, but I learned it's not like hunting to me is not all about the rules and doing everything right. Because I know I shared this with you at
Well,
church.
you're an outlaw.
I'm would you be quiet?
You don't follow the rules.
I'm talking about. I'll just share this story. I hunted in Tim's tree stand one Saturday,
It's my tree stand.
and my buddy sent me a text message. We had a friend we'd been praying for about 5 years, and he's like, "Hey, I just found out he's in the hospital. He just happens to be on the same floor with my mother-in-law."
Yeah, it was Ed McMahon.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sorry. They know Ed.
That's like six.
Yeah, not names.
6 slaps.
6.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you.
no names. I'm telling the story. So anyway, he tells me he's in the hospital. It's not good. Start praying. I'm going to go visit. Okay. Thursday, I had to go down with Ed to go visit our friend, and we ended up getting to pray with him for the assurance of his salvation while we're in there. Awesome day. So the following Saturday, we're running late. I forget it's youth hunt, so you got to grab an orange vest. So I run back into camp, grab a vest that's been in there like all winter. Stinks, smells like camp mildew. I forget my spray stuff. And I get in the tree stand, or I get in the side by side, and he's like, "Well, where are you going?" I said, "Well, I'm going back to your tree stand." And he's like, "Mine?" And I'm like, "Yeah, come on, let's go." So we head up the road. There's a tree across the road. I'll turn around, go all the way around the mountain, and then we're really late. So when we get up there, he just dumps me out. He's like,
You know where the stand's at.
"Get out." So here I go, find a steaming pile of bear poop. I'm talking steaming. So I walk as loud as I can, as fast as I can to the tree stand. I get in and I'm like, no way nothing's going to happen. You know, we're late. I've got a stinking vest on. I made all the noise I can. But anyway, I climb in the tree. So I just prayed. I said, "God, I was here last weekend and I was praying for healing for my friend. But today I'm praising you for eternal life." I end my prayer, 5 minutes, I hear leaves rustling, and I thought, "Oh my God, that bear. I know it's not me." So I stand up and I turn around and I see, I could see a deer. He's making a rub on a tree. And I thought, "Oh my gosh, it's a buck." So he walks out perfect, gets his head behind another tree, makes a scrape. I shoot it. And I called Tim and I was like, "Hey, I got a buck." And he's like, "Are you kidding me?"
That was the one that she probably had it killed for hours. And she's like, "He's starting to climb the tree. I can see his heart rate going up."
Tim said, "Okay." He's like, "Well, go ahead and get down." He's like, "See if you can find some blood, find your arrow." So I go down, I find blood, I don't find my arrow, and I find another pile of bear poop. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going back to the stand. He's going to have to come and help me." So
You
then
don't know bears can climb.
I know they can, but I feel like I can get prepared or something. But anyway,
Whip that old pistol out.
yeah.
So anyway, I just started blasting.
Yeah.
I don't see so well.
So when we get down there, I killed a Pope young that day, and I didn't follow the rules. Okay,
I'm glad you clarified that. Because she was like, people are listening.
being there on time or having, scent control and all of that stuff. It didn't happen that way. So I just feel like that was a gift to be able to share that testimony and to tell people, if you're praying for somebody, I don't care if it's been 10 years, keep praying.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a cool thing to have hunting come in, and it just means something.
Yeah.
The bear was still there. We're down
Yeah.
there looking. We're having a good time. I don't even think we gutted it yet, did we?
We were gutting it.
We're gutting it.
Yeah.
I heard a brush crack, and we're on a little fell off skid road. Or it was on a skid road, fell off a little knob there. I stood up, and the old bear stood up about 10 yards away. We're
I was
We're
like,
like,
"You gotta
"Huh?"
be kidding me.
I was like, "Hey, bear."
So what you're saying is don't take her because she's good at finding bears.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm getting.
You just stay over there. Don't be dragging around me.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll kind of wrap things up, and it's been a good episode.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a good one.
Thank y'all for having us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we appreciate y'all coming out, and we'll definitely have to do it again.
Yeah.
So we missed a week last week, but we're going to end as we normally do.
Doubled up today.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll let Michael take over, and we'll catch you guys next week.
All right. Yeah. We're going to read out of Philippians 3, 13 through 14. And this is actually a verse that you said is kind of,
It's our verse for Almost Heaven Archers,
Right.
where we say aiming for a higher mark.
right. Okay. So we'll start in verse 13 where it says, Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before. I press towards the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Jesus Christ. So there's your verse for the week out of Philippians 3, 13 through 14. Tim, Carrie, it's been a pleasure, guys. Had a lot of fun, a lot of good stories, a lot of good laughs.
Yep.
Definitely going to see you guys down in August, down there.
Yep.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah. If you're listening, definitely come down. Going to be a lot of good people, a lot of good times, good food.
Yeah, that's a good way to get wound up for bow season.
Right
Yep.
before it comes
Not
in.
too far off.
Yeah. All right, guys, we appreciate you.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it for this journey on the Outcast. Thanks for lacing up your boots, stepping off the beaten path, and walking with us through the wild unknown. If today's episode sparked something in you or reminded you why you crave the open, don't forget to follow, leave a review, and share the trail with fellow Outcasts. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and stay humble.